Domestication is a big subject in the reptile community. Well, it's not that big, but it's still a big subject. And today I wanted to talk about why I say that our reptiles here are domesticated. Let's go.
Yoiki Tenkai Ebi no Heya.
What is domestication? Domestication is the fact that you take, for example, with dogs, the first dogs, so the wolves that were around humans for the first time. So we kept one, we kept a male, we kept a female. You know, they had good behavior with us, and we bred up until we had only good behavior dogs, and up to nowadays some ugly dogs, and no, not ugly dogs, so not ugly dogs, but whatever, you know. So let's say, for example, it's when you breed for a good behavior, for example, a easy behavior. So what is, for example, an easy behavior that we domesticated snakes for? Is, for example, let's take carpet pythons. So most baby carpet pythons in the wild would only eat lizards, snakes, or even maybe mini micro rodents, but micro mammals, but most of the time skinks, for example, small skinks, small lizards. And we here in captivity, we can't have, for example, these freaking lizards because this species, whatever, okay? But we have rodents, and we feed our snake rodents, like we do with rat snake, like we do with ball pythons, for example. So what did we do in kind of domestication is that the ones that were eating rodents easily were bred together to have snakes that will eat rodents more easier than the previous generation, and then you go back and that for XYZ generation, for 10, 15, 20, 25, whatever generation, and you will have snakes that will eat rodents like this. Even though normally they would eat lizards, for example. So this is how it works to simplify things. We also have the thing of, you know, the snakes with good behavior, for example. We have snakes that have trash behavior because they come from the nature, you know, they're full of scare, they're scared as fuck, and, you know, we don't want snakes that are scared as fuck in our enclosure. We want teeny snakes that are happy and stuff, you know, and cool and doing great. You know, that's what we want, actually. We don't want a stressed snake in our enclosure. So what did we do is we kind of selective bred, oh, this one has a good behavior, this one has a good behavior, let's breed them together. And we do it like this because we just unconsciously sometimes, you know, intentionally or not, sometimes we just like, that one is bad behavior, I get rid of it and I don't give a fuck, and I just keep the two that have good behavior. You know, I'm oversimplifying things again, but it's mainly that. And so we have two with good behavior, the next babies will have better behavior than their parents, and you breed them and you breed again to good and blah blah blah, and so you have a corn snake behavior type of, you know, to be a little oversimplified stuff. So now most of the snakes that we have in captivity and are sold in captivity, I'm not saying about the obscure snake like bowigas, like sea snakes, more like freshwater snakes, like all these type of snakes, you know, that are insectivorous snakes, for example, inverts eater snakes, I should say, more. You know, these type of snakes are, you know, not sold a lot. But let's say, for example, ball python, corn snake, even a carpet python right now, but even though it's still a little bit underground in comparison to ball python and corn snakes. But here we are. Hear me out. The thing is that most of these snakes are, I don't know how many generations from the wild, okay? Most of pets, okay? Or I don't know how many generation from the wild, and they have such a different behavior than from the wild. There are some instinctive stuff, okay? Like when he's a baby, he's stressed about every single bigger stuff that comes at him, you know? And yeah, so they're easier actually. And if we had, for example, to take the corn snake from Miami, from Miami, I don't know where, in the Everglades or whatever, you know, and just from the wild, and you compare it to, for example, Serrata here, they're two complete. You could say it's two different species actually, because if you only take the behavior, they're two different animals. I'm not even talking about the morphs and stuff. I'm just talking here about behavior, and I'm talking about how they interact and react with us. This is just different. They are so different. So that's why I'm saying also that they're domesticated. They're not domesticated in the sense of most people think of, hey, we have dogs, and hey, when I say to my dog, hey, come here, and he comes, right? So it's not the same. With snakes, you can't say, hey, come here, Serrata, please, you know, and they come, you know, that's not the same thing. With lizard, you can have some, we have some like proofs that it's possible, but it's not like, snakes are not lizards, so you have the idea, you get the idea. And so most people, you know, we think, and that's what's cool actually having snakes, is that those snakes, corn snake, bone pythons most of the time, is that those snakes are so bred, we can have a little of the wild without the behavior of the wild. So, because if we had to fight with every single snake we had, this album would not be as big as it is. And even though it's not the biggest, but you get the idea. So yeah, that's the thing with domestication, is you can argue with me that our snakes was not domesticated, but the core base of domestication is there. We domesticated most of our snakes, most of our pet snakes, okay? So that's pretty it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. Don't forget to support with Sword. Don't forget to join Breakers Inside Pets group. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram to have some updates of all the snakes. And I hope to see you on the next one.